Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Neville Goddard, How to Rewrite Your Past and Change Your Future. If you're new here, welcome. Please remember to subscribe so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. That is nonsense. Write your script and then live therein. Here, Neville says not to say the things like it is written in the stars or it is my fate, because these things are not true. Both past and future are within us. Carry them in our imaginations. Neither lies ahead nor behind us. Both are ours in the here and now. To resist the individual, beware also of assuming that all men think alike, for even a minority can make or break a man. She is the mother of creation, and all her children are potentially real. But a wish fortified by a strong and sincere why can move the mountain. Neville says that a wish is a thought focused on getting something. In today's world, it can be difficult to figure out what we want to do with our lives. There is so much noise coming from all directions that it can be hard to focus on what is important. Many people end up spending years trying to find their passion or purpose in life. But the truth is that it has always been within their grasp. If we take the time to listen to our intuition and tune out the noise of society, we will find our purpose. This quote from Neville reminds us to pay attention to our intuition and not be swayed by the opinions of others. Oftentimes, the loudest voices are not the ones we should be listening to. Instead, we should trust our gut feeling and follow our hearts. When we do this, we will find success and happiness. Wishes are the basis of our desires, but they are not enough to manifest what we want. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have found some value in these quotes. If you did, please remember to subscribe so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. We also need a strong and sincere why. In other words, we need a compelling reason why we want what we are asking for. Without this, our wishes will remain just that, mere desires that never come to fruition. However, when we have a deep and heartfelt why, our wishes become powerful forces that can move mountains. This is because when we truly believe in something, we are more likely to take action towards making it happen. We are also more likely to stay positive and believe in ourselves, even when things get tough. So if you have a wish, make sure it is backed by a strong and sincere why. With this kind of conviction, you can manifest anything you desire. Here, Neville says that imagination is the most powerful force in the universe. Nothing is impossible for those who have faith in their ability to imagine. No matter how difficult the situation may seem, we must never lose sight of our dreams. With a little imagination, anything is possible. When we feel like we're alone, it can be easy to feel like we're not important. We may think that we're just one person, and that our opinion doesn't matter. One of the best ways to manifest our desires is to live in the energy of having already achieved them. When we feel grateful for what we have, we attract more abundance into our lives. If we are constantly worrying about money, we will always feel like we are lacking. However, if we take some time each day to appreciate all the good things we do have, we will start to see an increase in abundance in all areas of our lives. This is not to say that we will never worry about money again. However, when we do worry, we can remind ourselves that worry is a sign that we are out of alignment with the abundant energy of the universe. By taking a few moments each day to feel grateful for all the blessings in our lives, we can shift our energy and start attracting more abundance. This can lead us to staying silent when we should speak up, or going along with something we do agree with, just to fit in. But Neville says that we should be careful of this, because there is power in numbers. A large group of people can often be very powerful, and they may try to use this power to control those who are weaker than them. We should not put our safety or well-being in the hands of others. Instead, we should stay true to ourselves and speak out against injustice, even if we are in a minority. It takes courage to go against the majority, but it can also be very rewarding. By speaking up, we may help to create positive change and make the world a better place. Here Neville says that many people believe that we have a past and a future, but this is not really true. Our past does not lie behind us, it is inside us. He uses an illustration of a movie to explain this concept. Imagine a movie with a beginning, middle, and end. Many people would assume that the movie is playing from beginning to end, but that is not the case. All of the movie is stored on a hard drive, and what we call the present is where we are watching the movie from. So the whole movie exists at the same time, but we only experience it one scene at a time. Neville says that our lives are much like this movie. All of our past, present and future, exist in our imagination, and all we need to do is access them. Instead, he says to write your own script and live it instead. Neville teaches us that we are the creators of our lives. There is no fate. I'll have to wait for something to happen or someone to do something first before we can take action. We can start right now. We can choose to change our lives by changing our thoughts. But many people hesitate to take this kind of power upon themselves. They believe that there are forces beyond their control that decide their destiny for them. Neville asks us to not be one of those people. In this video, we're going to look at quotes number 43 to 50 from Neville Goddard's book, The Law and the Promise. So let's begin. Quote number 43. Be absolutely explicit as to what you want, but do not say it is written in the stars. But only those who appreciate their symbolic meaning will know they are free to change it. Signs are all around us, and many people base their decisions on whether or not they believe in them. For example, if you have just met someone and they tell you that they are an accountant, you may automatically think that they are good with numbers. Or if you see that someone is wearing a suit, you may think that they are important. These are signs that people often use to make quick judgments about others. However, these signs may not always be accurate. The person you just met may actually be a doctor, but they were wearing a suit because they had a job interview. Neville says that we should not rely on signs to make decisions about our future. Instead, we should focus on our goals and dreams and use them to guide us. Of course, signs can sometimes be helpful, but ultimately, we are responsible for creating our future. Quote number 44. All men can see these objective signs which point to an inevitable future. Quote no 45. The great illusion is that man has a past and a future. That life moves forward in a straight line from birth to death. Quote number 46. Beware of seeking safety in crowds, for there is power in the multitude. Quote number 47. There is no failure to use an imagination. Imagination can never be out of work. Quote number 48. A wish without a why is but a futile desire. Quote number 49. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and it will not be long delayed. And finally, quote number 50. He who wishes to see his purpose clearly must learn to discriminate between the voice of God and the clamor of men. And these are the quotes from Neville Goddard's book, The Law and the Promise, for this episode.